loud.
Hello and welcome to That's Just Prime, and today we're going to be taking a look at Transformers Prime Arms Micron Optimus Prime Blaster, and I'm pretty sure that I'm going to love this toy. So as you can see here, I haven't actually opened this guy yet, and that's because I thought we might do something a little different. So in case you're not aware, Arms Micron, Arms Micron is kind of a companion line that came out in Japan to go side by side with Transformers Prime. And these guys are kind of like little Target Masters. If you guys remember the Target Masters, that's kind of what these guys are. And then also, they're like little model kits. You put these figures together. So, now this is not my first Arms Micron. I got the Leo Prime from the Japanese Prime line. That was a repaint of Thundertron, and he came with his own little Micron. But this is the first one that I've gotten just by himself in the box like this. So I thought we'd open them up together, see what's inside. Maybe put them together on camera or not. I don't know. I'm going to shoot myself putting it together, but if it gets too long and tedious, I'll just edit that out. So we'll see at the end of the video. And of course, we'll check out the figure when we get to the end there, and we'll do a proper review on it. And as you can see here on the box, you've got a picture of Optimus Prime. It looks like a pretty cool Optimus Prime, a fairly good representation of the Prime from the Prime series. That's a lot of primes in one sentence. And you can see there, he transforms into a gun. And I really like the idea of this, these little figures that just transform into weapons and be companions or target masters rather for the Prime line. That's a pretty cool idea. That I like that they were bringing that back. I wish I would have done something like this here in the States. That would have been fun. Looking at the side of the box here, you can see once again the same Optimus Prime figure that we're getting here. We're seeing it here again. I don't know. I think there's a missed opportunity here for a cross sell. Maybe show another figure just like they did down here with the Bumblebee. Bumblebee looks cool. He looks like he turns into, I don't know if that's a dual barrel cannon with dual bayonets on it, or if that's some kind of like a dual Wolverine claw thing or something. Whatever he turns into is probably going to rip your face off. And that's Optimus Prime's thing. So stop it, Bumblebee. And then on this side, there is two more figures that I really just have no knowledge. I don't know what's going on here. It looks like this guy turns into a gecko and maybe an axe. And then this guy is a cobra, obviously, and I really don't even know what that turns into. I just don't know what that is. Japanese writing, Japanese writing, Japanese writing. And I have to thank MGO316. If you saw my first video, you know that I am a big fan of his. I subscribe to him. I love watching his videos. And it's because of MGO316. I hope you watch this, and I hope you hear this. Because of you, MGO316, my youngest daughter gets so excited every time I get a package from overseas. And she has to go through every single box, and she has to look for Sad Pac-Man. And then she runs around the house yelling, Sad Pac-Man. When will your suffering end? When? So, thank you, MGO316, for Sad Pac-Man. It's a fun little thing that we do at home here between my daughter and I now, so thank you for that. So, this guy right here was released in 2012 and originally retailed for approximately $2. There was another version of this that came out as a candy toy that retailed for approximately $3, and he came with a piece of gum. This guy is probably not going to have a piece of gum. I don't know. Actually, this might be the gum version. Let's find out. So, let's get this guy opened up. And destroy the box in front of the camera. Oh, collectors everywhere cry. And, yep. So, check that out. All right, cool. There you go. Box is empty, and there are no instructions inside like the Kabaya kits would have. So, there's that. Gum. So, that tells me that this is the candy version, as I just mentioned. And this guy originally retailed for about $3, right, instead of $2. So, there he is. Pretty cool. And then we've got here a little instruction sheet right there. We've got our gum, and we got our figure already put together. Check that out. Okay, so this is different. Like I mentioned, when I got my Leo Prime, this is very noisy. Let me just do this first. Okay, there he is. So, as I was saying, when I got my Leo Prime, he came with a companion ARMS Micron figure. And that figure came in a little tree like a model kit would, and you actually had to cut the pieces off the tree and put that figure together. And I was under the impression that that's what I was getting into here. Obviously, that's not the case. This is a figure that's already put together. So, that's cool. So, take a look at this guy. He actually looks pretty nice. Let's get rid of these guys, get a good shot of him. So here in robot mode, Optimus is approximately 2.5 inches tall. And let's see, we'll just get rid of the box here. And let's check out the articulation. Let's find out what the articulation is together, shall we? So, no articulation at the head. He's got a ball-jointed shoulder right there, so this guy can go in and out. He's got a full 360. He can go up a little bit too if you want to do that and break it all up. He's got those are these pegs or ball joints. He's got the tiniest little ball joints right here at the hips. So check that out. You can actually get a little bit of rotation right there at the hip, a little bit of inward, but not out because of the edge of the hip there is actually stopping him from doing so. That's a bit of a shame, but you got some in and outs. You can probably pulse him some forward and backwards. He's got a nice bend at the knee there. It looks like for transformation that's going to bend all the way up. So nice bend at the knee. So he can do a good pose like he's about to kick someone's face off. Look at that. Or either that or he's just a happy ballerina. No, he's not. He's kicking people's faces off. So there you go. Very cool. I really like this. Check this guy out. We're going to have to get in close and focus. Let's get some detail in here. Check this guy out. Bring some light down. Look at him. For such a small figure, he's got a lot of detail. Very, very cool. And he's very good representation of that Prime that we got in the Prime series. Check that out. I really dig this a lot. Definitely could have used a little more red, especially in the arms. But I think we're going to see the reason for this in his blaster mode. I think he's going to look like a nice, cohesive, all-blue blaster. So that's probably the reason for that. But, I mean, there's no denying that this is Optimus Prime. And you can see the wind vane off the truck, shoulders here, just like he had on the show. That chest is definitely Prime's chest from the show. Even the legs managed to kind of look like the truck legs from the show. I'm really impressed, guys. This is a very good representation of that figure at such a small scale. Look at this head sculpt. It's a shame the head doesn't turn. Come on, focus, focus, focus. Come on. He does not want to focus this close in. Come on. Get ready for your close-up, Mr. Optimus. Okay, that looks like that's the best we're going to be able to do. Come on. I know this is thrilling video, you guys watching me try to focus my camera. Check that out. I think that's about as close as we're going to get. And that is a really good head sculpt. I love it. And then he's got this little crystal on his shoulder here. I noticed that on the one that came with the Leo Prime as well. I guess that's kind of like the spark crystals from back in the Beast Machines day. It's kind of what that reminds me of. I don't know that that's exactly what that is. I'm just saying that's kind of what that reminds me of. So there it is. Pretty cool. Just to compare them real quick, why don't we take a look at them next to the two figures from the Prime line. I've got on the left here is the first edition Optimus Prime, and on the right is the Prime RID Prime. And as you can see there he's a very good representation of both of these figures, and you know, of that character in general. Looks very, very cool. And so tiny and adorable next to those guys. So we'll be taking a look at them again here in a minute when we do his gun mode. So let's do that. So for transformation, we're going to put his arms straight up just like so. Okay, rewind. Here we go. On camera this time. So here we go. So for transformation, take his arms, turn them all the way up. And then remember that joint up here where this came up earlier. We're going to take that. We're going to rotate these up. And let me show that in there. So the head's going to rest inside of his shoulder, just like so. That's going to cover up his head completely. So it looks like that's a little bit tricky to do, but there you go. So you bring the arms together. They don't seem to peg into anything. There's no pegs or clips or anything like that anywhere on here. They just kind of sit there. But they actually seem to be sitting there pretty sturdy, so that's cool. The legs also do not peg in together, but what you're going to do is you get these legs nice and straight. And then you're going to turn it up at the hip and then again at the knee, and you're going to bring this all the way back, just like so. Do that with both legs. And again, they don't seem to clip into anything. They're just kind of sitting there, but they are pretty sturdy. And there you go. There is Optimus Prime Blaster in his blaster mode. And again, here in blaster mode, he is approximately 2 to 2.5 inches long. So there you go. That's a cool, it looks like a little dual blaster there. It's a stretch, but if you use your imagination and you squint, kind of sort of reminiscent of the G1 blaster in the way that the barrel is long, and then you've got this elevated piece in the back, and I'm really pushing it. I'm stretching it, but I know. But use your imagination. That's what we're supposed to be doing with these guys, right? So there you go. I like it. Cool blaster. Let's see what it looks like on the Prime figure. So we'll bring in Mr. First Edition here. We'll take away his regular blaster, and we'll give him himself for a blaster. And then we'll give him a cool shooting off your face pose. There you go. So there he is. There's First Edition holding himself as a blaster, and I love it. I absolutely love what I'm seeing here, guys. This is really, really cool. Okay, so that's First Edition. Let's set you aside. Let's bring in Pred. Take off your blaster, and we'll give you yourself as a blaster. And once again, let's see. Let's get some kill poses here. So he doesn't seem to be holding it too well, which is weird because this is kind of the figure that this guy was designed for. And I don't know if this is just on mine or if this is in general, but that post doesn't really seem to be holding in there. It's obviously they're the same size, peg and post, but it's kind of loose, and that may just be on mine. It maybe just use a little clear nail polish to thicken that up a little bit, and he might hold just fine. But there you go. You can see Prime holding himself as a blaster. Let's see if you remember, these guys came with those big giant automatic weapons. You can peg it in there as well, so I guess that works too. So there you go. There is Pred Prime holding himself as a blaster. Pretty cool too. He looks pretty good holding it too. So I just kind of need to thicken that up. If I want to display him in weapon mode, I guess I can just thicken that up to show him off holding a blaster. But I'm probably not going to do that because I like to show my primes in their prime mode. So let's take him back to robot mode real quick just for the final shot. So just stretch out the legs just like so. Bring the arms out. Put them to the side. Stand him up. And adjust my camera. That way we can take a closer look at Prime here. Actually, you know what? Why don't we show him off with these two guys one more time just for the final shot. So we'll bring the camera back up again. And there we go. Yeah, there it is, guys. I think he's a pretty cool little figure. I paid about $10 for him online just to get him imported. But originally about $3. Very cool little figure here. I like him. I'm really glad I got him. This is very, very cool. I think it's safe to say I love this toy. So I think that about does it for, let's get you a shot there. Yep, there you go. So I think that is going to do it for Transformers Prime Arms Micron Optimus Prime Blaster. Please leave me a comment, give me some thumbs up, subscribe and share with your friends if you like what you see. I'm going to go chew this gum, and I'll talk to you next time on That's Just Prime.